Today we're looking at how to make the Harry Potter cast in Tekken. I got everyone here. We got Snape, we got Harry, we got Voldemort, McGonagall, we got Dobby. All your favorite characters are here, so you can take them online and Avada Kedavra some people in Ranked. Skip around, I got the timestamps below right here so you can find your favorite characters, see exactly how I made them. And without further ado, let's get into it. Up first, it's the legend himself, Professor Dumbledore. Let's break down exactly how we got Hayachi to look like this. As you can see, we just used white, long hair. Eyes are standard. We have to use facial hair to make him Old Man Dumbledore. Again, white as well here. Eyebrows, I left them standard here just to give a little texture, but you can change them to white in your own personal thing too. No makeup, no face paint, and no tan on this character. For clothes, there's no headpiece, even though you'll see when we get further along how we get that hat there. Nothing for full face. For glasses, we gotta obviously do the rimless glasses, and we're gonna just make the rims black there, and then the lenses are this white. For entire body, we're not using that. We are going into upper body here. And check this out. We are using leather coat. And here is our color palette here. Most of it is just black and then that splash of purple. That's how it kind of looks like that kind of picture we were inspired by for Dumbledore here. For lower body, I used the karate linen bottoms to kind of give him that flowing texture there to kind of match how he looks in the movies. Right here, yep, just black for that. And then shoes, he's just wearing leather shoes. Dumbledore is a classy guy. He's a classy guy. For accessory, this is how we got, this is supposed to be Fox here. Too bad you can't change it to the color red, but we just throw the crow on here. And then this is how we get that wonderful wizard hat. We used the Santa hat from the Fight Past just this last year, which I never thought I would really be using. All these Santa accessories. I was like, well, when am I gonna use the Santa hat? And now I'm finding that I'm using it all the time. And it actually is great for kind of like a little wizard hat. So that, as you can see, is our Dumbledore. He's looking great. Let's move on. One of my favorite characters in the entire Harry Potter franchise is, of course, Snape. He's the teacher that we all hated in high school, but kind of like wished gave us attention. You know what I mean? We all remember that professor. Standouts for me on this character here are definitely the Lily, and this is the first that I used the claws to kind of have like a wand. So that's what that's supposed to be there. If that doesn't read for you, don't feel the pressure to throw the claws there just to make a wand. But I thought it kind of worked here. For the hair, I wanted to get the slimiest hair we could find to really match Alan Rickman's look in the movies. So we went with the side swept, and we just made it the standard color black here. For the eyes, standard, no facial hair. Eyebrows, black. No eye makeup, no face paint, no tan. For the clothes, there's nothing for head or full face or for glasses. But once we get to upper body, that's where we're going to use the Haori upper body piece here. And I believe, yes, everything is just the standard black, just like in the movies. We go to lower body, I used the slacks here. Again, everything just the standard color black as well. Shoes, Snape also a classy guy. I threw the leather shoes on him, made everything the standard black as well. We go to accessory, that's where I threw on the Lily to kind of give him this, you know, little nod to Lily Potter there. Here's all the stats for how to get it, exactly where I had it. And then to get your claws to look kind of like a wand, here's the stats for that. That'll get it right in his hand there, as you can see. And I believe I also changed the color. Yes, I wanted to kind of make it look wooden, so I just made it the standard brown, as you can see. Last thing I did was I added an aura. I think it's important for Snape. We got to make him look green and evil because he's in Slytherin. So I added the green aura. I think it looks awesome, and I believe for a hit effect, yes, I also added the green here, or I think the default was green here. But overall, I think he turned out pretty good. Nina is our McGonagall. The age may be wrong, but that's okay. We'll just pretend this is a young, sprightly McGonagall. Let's break down exactly how to make everyone's favorite Professor of Transfiguration. We use the default hair. I believe that's just because then it can sit underneath the hat there. But I made it the standard brown color here, as you can see. Eyes, the standard color here. Mouth, nothing there. Eyebrows, the same as well. No makeup. Nothing for cheeks, lip color, face paint, or tan. Clothes, though, we had to use the cone to give us that witch's hat. And yes, just made it the standard black color here. Oh, almost changed it there. Nothing for full face. Glasses, we got to give McGonagall the rimless glasses, and as you can see here, we just change again. This is just like Dumbledore. We do black and white to give it the black rims and the clear glasses. Entire body, we didn't use that, but for upper body, we did use the trench coat. And here is the color palette for that. Again, a lot of blacks, and then just that green on the outside to get that look just like the movies. For lower body, I threw on the wide jeans just to kind of make it kind of look at a glance like the robes were going all the way to the ground. It was the best I had, but we make do in Tekken. We make it work. I think that's part of the fun here. And yes, for this I just used, I think it was just the standard colors, black and kind of that tan there. For shoes, we threw on the short boots. These were just the standard default blacks here, looking great. And then we added some earrings here just for like a little flair as well. For accessory, I thought that this was pretty important. We had to add this corsage here, and here's the stats for that here. And actually, I think I can zoom in just a little bit so you can see. In the movie, she kind of has like a brooch right here, and so I wanted to have something there to read as that, and so the rosehead corsage was what I used. And again, it was just this standard kind of like tan color for that. And then finally, I did throw on the monk robe accessory. Whoops, here's the stats for that, how to get it just like I got it there. And here, again, just this kind of green color here. And all this does is kind of read as kind of her robes kind of had this sort of collar or kind of a little bunch right there. And I thought this just added texture to make it look a little bit more like McGonagall. Here's one that I think is pretty funny. This is Jack as Hagrid. I think it works. Maybe at a glance, it's not perfect, but I think the idea comes across. For the hair, we used the Claudio swept-back hair. Here is the color palette to get that brown. Eyes, just the standard there. Oh, we used wild beard here. Yes, again, just this standard color brown here too. No eye makeup, face paint, or tan. For clothes, nothing for head or full face, no glasses. We didn't use the entire body, but we went into the upper body, and again, used the Haori here. And here's the color palette here, as you can see. We'll just go right through it. Yes, I think that's everything. That kind of gets it that earthy look and gets that red color that Hagrid has in the movies, which I thought sold pretty well. Cargo pants is what I went for here because I really like that bunched up look with the boots. Let me just show you here. Yep, just use this standard brown right here. And then for shoes, again, just the boots and used brown and kind of this like dark gray here. And lo and behold, here we have him, everyone's favorite professor of care of magical creatures, Hagrid. If you're looking for Voldemort, well, here he is. We used Victor, and honestly, I think I might know that this was him online. I think it is close enough. Let's break down exactly how to get him to look like this. We're gonna use the crew cut and just swap the color to kind of match Victor's skin tone. That kind of makes like the hair disappear there. For eyes, I really wanted to match it like the one that I saw in the movie, or match the eyes that I saw in the movie, so I made him look this sunflower here. There's no facial hair. Eyebrows, we wanted to just kind of have them disappear, so I used both just skin tone colors for the eyebrows there. There's no eye makeup. Oh wait, no, excuse me, there is eye makeup. There's the dark eye makeup. There's no face paint, and there's no tan. For clothes, nothing for head, full face, or glasses. Nothing for entire body, but for upper body, we use the herringbone coat. And here it is. We can see exactly how to make that here. The This is just the standard black there. I think for the rest of it, it is. Yes, that's how you kind of get that green look that Voldemort has wearing his long flowing robes. I used the leather pants just because I wanted to give Voldemort some texture. Now that I'm thinking about it, would Voldemort wear leather pants? Probably not. But you know what? That's what he does in Tekken. He does wear leather pants in Tekken. Here's the color palette for that. I think we just went the standard for black. For shoes, we did bare feet because he has bare feet in the movie. You know what I mean? I thought that worked. For accessory, I did not use anything there, but for aura, I did make sure to throw in the Vigor Green. That's what makes him look like he's about to cast Avada Kedavra. I thought that was very important. And yes, I changed the hit type to green as well, and that's how we got our Voldemort. Yes, Bellatrix is here. Zafina is our choice, and as you can see, kind of her dress with all the texture just works perfectly to match how Bellatrix looks in the movie. For the hair, we have wavy ponytail, and as you can see, it's just the standard black here. Eyes, just the standard brown, nothing for mouth. Eyebrow color, just the standard. Eye makeup, nothing for cheeks. Lip color, face paint, or tan. For clothes, nothing for head, full face, glasses, but we did use Zafina's actual entire body Tekken 8 alternate A costume, and as you can see, there's a little bit of texture here to have it match what it looks like in the movie. Let me just go to details there so you can see. I believe everything else is, or not everything else, but a lot of these other ones are just the standard black. This one is a light gray. Black's all for the rest, yeah, because, I mean, look, the costume has a lot of black and green in it in the movie, so that's what you're gonna get here. Upper body, we did not use upper body or lower body because we have the entire body. And then for unique, we just made sure to throw in some texture there with the earrings. For accessory, I did throw on a wand, so I used the claws for that, as you can see, just used the standard brown here to get us there. And here is how to place the wand. There you go. And lastly, for an aura, instead of going with the vigor and other things like that, I went with the arm aura, and I thought that kind of gave the impression that she's about to cast something like Crucio or Avada Kedavra or something. So I thought that worked pretty well. Other than that, that is all you need to make Zafina into Bellatrix. Why did Cedric Diggory turn out so good? I couldn't even tell you, but he's probably my favorite of all the Harry Potter costumes. I think something just about the uniqueness of the distinct yellow and then black for Hufflepuff, and we even got the little crest there, just like the way he looks in the movie. I think this one looks just like him, so I think he turned out awesome. For hair, we did go with the short curtain haircut, and as you can see, we made it light brown, just like that. Eyes, standard, there's no facial hair. Eyebrows, the same, all standard here. No makeup, no face paint, no tan. For upper body, we used the half-pattern shirt. That's what got us our Hufflepuff look here. And as you can see here, we use a bright yellow on one side, and the rest, if I'm remembering correctly, yes, looks like all the rest are just standard blacks to get us that 2 color there. For lower body, I used the chinos pants, and yes, same thing, all just standard blacks. Very easy costume to make, actually, now I'm looking at it. And leather shoes, because again, all these characters are so classy. Super classy. Finally, we want to get that crest there. That's what really, I think, sells it to make it look like the movie. So we use the rose head corsage, and we change it to these great, great Hogwarts colors. So as you can see, just like that, kind of matches the crest pretty well. It's kind of awesome. And then I added a wand for Cedric as well. Here is the stats for how to get it placed. And again, just the standard browns there, so that it looks kind of wooden. Other than that, that's all you need to make Cedric. We are finally getting into the main cast. Here is, of course, Hermione Granger, looking awesome in this school outfit with, of course, Gryffindor colors. Let's take a look at how you could make June look like Hermione Granger. We need the summer medium haircut, And yes, I just used this light brown here. There, we can go to, oops, almost changed it there. There's the stats for that. Eyes, standard. Nothing for mouth. Eyebrow color, again, standard. No makeup. Nothing for cheeks, lip color, face paint, or for tan. For clothes, nothing for head or for full face or glasses, but not for entire body either, but we did use upper body. It's the knitted vest with necktie, and here are the stats for that. Very, very simple, but really effective. I think it looks like Gryffindor colors at a glance, actually pretty well. Here's our lower body. We used the pleated skirt because that's kind of what Hermione's wearing in the movie. And yes, I believe I just went with this standard gray here. For shoes, I have the loafers with stockings. Again, it's just this gray and also this dark gray. And for accessory, also to really sell it to look like Hermione did in the movie, we did throw on the Tekken 2 style stole here and just change the colors a little bit. That's what gives us our Gryffindor look there. I think it turned out pretty good. And then finally, as you can see, we just threw on an aura. I think it's important to look like a little magic is going on. That's the Fiery Arm Aura Gold. And other than that, that's all you need to make Hermione. Pretty easy. Up next, I got Ron Weasley, and I used Horang for Ron. My main thought there was that Horang is the one with the kind of funny attitude, kind of cocky, kind of doesn't take things too seriously. So that's why I chose Horang. Certainly you guys can use whoever you want. I think the great thing about some of these Harry Potter characters is that these clothing choices are available on multiple characters. So you can make someone else Ron if you think they would be better. The hair, I used Tekken 6 style for Horang. Here's the details to get that Weasley orange hair there. Eyes standard, no facial hair, eyebrow color standard, and nothing for makeup, paint, or tan. For clothes, again, nothing here for head, full face, glasses, or entire body. Upper body, we use the formal coat, and here are the stats to get the formal coat in this kind of Gryffindor style. Just gonna run through all the colors here to get everything. Yeah, that orange was important. I wanted that splash of orange there to make it look like the movie. For lower body, we used the slacks, and I believe, yes, everything is just the standard black there. For shoes, you guessed it, we just have the leather shoes, again, standard black. For accessory, here's how to get your wand right on the left hand there. And again, just both the colors brown there to make it look wooden. And other than that, that's all you need to make Ron. I gotta say, Leo is probably the character I've played the least, but he has all the best costumes. Like, I've used him for so many costumes. Just something about his, I don't know, boyish looks just works so well for so many characters. And this is no exception. Here we have him as the boy who lived, Harry Potter himself. Let's get into how to make Leo look like Harry Potter. We used the Shaheen short hair. That's what's gonna give it that kind of look in the movie. Eyes, I went with sunflower because I believe Harry Potter has green eyes. That's what we were going for there. Nothing for facial hair. Eyebrow color, just left standard. In fact, we can just change that. I think he's got darker eyebrows. We'll make that quick adjustment here. And nothing for any of the rest here. Face paint, lip color, cheeks, all just standard there. For clothes, nothing for head, full face. But of course we have glasses. We have the two-tone sunglasses. They're the closest to get us that Harry Potter circular glasses look. And as you can see, it's just black and then kind of that light gray to make them see-through there. Nothing for entire body, but upper body, formal coat used again. And here I can just run through this to get you your Gryffindor colors. Those reds, those golds. Very similar to Ron's, actually. Lower body, slacks as well. And yes, all that is just the standard blacks. And, oh, I chose loafers this time. Very important change. Very highly important change between Harry and Ron. Let's look at accessory. I wanted to give him that crest. That's what we were going for there. So the rosehead corsage is what I used. And as you can see, just did some simple kind of like Gryffindor colors there. That's what kind of sells the corsage as that. And then finally, of course, I gave him a wand. How could I not? Here's the stats to get that to his hand. And again, just standard browns here, as you can see. That's what's going to give it that wooden look. Now, before you say, I'm not making Dobby in Tekken, that looks terrible, I would never play Dobby online, I say to you, this doubles as Smeagol, so you get a 2-for-1 for this one. So I think you should reconsider making Dobby in Tekken, because you get 2 characters for 1. For hair, we used Shaheen short hair, as you can see. That's how we got that color there. Eyes are sunflower, nothing for mouth, eyebrow color standard, no makeup, cheeks, lip color, face paint, or tan. For clothes, nothing for head or for full face or glasses. Did not use entire body, but upper body was sleeveless blouse. And here's the stats for how to get that kind of look there, to look like Dobby in his poor robes. And I used ripped shorts here. Again, here's the stats for how to get those shorts there. There's no shoes on Dobby, because, you know, he needs to get clothes from whoever he's working for to be able to be freed. So this is Dobby pre-freedom. That's who this is. Accessory, I wanted to get those distinctive kind of elf ears. So here you go. We used cat ears. Here's the stats. And here's the color palette. Great. And that's for 1 ear. So I used it again. This is how you get the other side. And here's the stats for that. And the color palette as well. Other than that, that's all you need to make Dobby. I don't think I did anything else here. Yep, simple but effective. There you have it. That's the Harry Potter cast in Tekken. Take them online, cast Avada Kedavra on people, use these characters, and I think it's actually a great time to, because the show is getting a lot of buzz right now that new show is coming out. So it's a great time to just revive Harry Potter online. Guys, if you like the video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It helps me so much. I love making Tekken content. I love making character customizations. So I'd love to see you again. And yeah, if any notes, anything you want to add to this video, let me know in the comments. And I will see you guys next time.